Hey, it's Matt at Roughhouse Studios, and welcome to the fifth and final episode of our DWC Hydroponic Grow Series. This is the Harvest and Overview. So we've come to the end of our flowering season, and our plants are ready to harvest. And before we get started, I would like to thank Mars Hydro for sponsoring this series. You can find the lights, the tents, and all of their equipment at mars-hydro.com. And if you'd like to use the specific equipment, you can check out our Amazon affiliate store. We have an idea list for the DWC Hydro Grow Series, and you can check out the links in the description and on this video. So the harvest is finally upon us, and it's time to cut and then dry these plants. I'm cutting a piece of wire for each of the plants, about 9-10 inches long, so that I can hang it when I'm done and have that ready to go, so I can just go right from cutting it to hanging it. And I had to use some pretty good sized snippers on that. It was really still hard to cut these big old thick stalks on these plants. They were very, very hardy at the bottom. I'm really happy with the way these plants turned out. They're so bushy, so many big huge buds on it. The weight at the top is just kind of crazy. It just wants to flop over. Big stalks, very healthy. There's a couple of dried leaves there in the bottom of it, but overall really happy with the way these looks. And so you see there, I'm gonna go ahead and tying on a little wire at the bottom that had that cut already, so it's a lot easier, so you can just keep holding the plant up. And then I'm hanging it from the top of the tent. And then we'll deal with the lighting and the atmosphere in there a little bit later after we get them all cut and hanged up. And you can see like I said, the big stalks on these plants. And this is one of the pineapple chunk plants there. The first one was the OG Kush, or one of the two OG Kush. This is one of the two pineapple chunks, and just the tops are so heavy on them. Just can't wait to try these buds out. They're so sticky, especially the pineapple chunk. It was very, very oily. Now for the curing and drying, I had the tents, I actually just moved them into a little bit smaller tent I had with a fan, just barely circulation fan, just not blowing on the plants, but just the air vent fan, just barely going on sometimes to keep the humidity down. And just let them hang in the dark there until they were dried. About 10 days of hanging there. They were kind of crispy on the outside, but still soft on the inside. And at that point, I started trimming off the bigger leaves and cutting out the bigger stalks and putting them into jars so that they could continue drying and curing. And it took a couple of weeks to get to the point where I was ready to weigh them, and they were down into the 50% range of humidities. And but this is the lessons that I learned in this grow series. One thing I knew that although they turned out really, really good, I could have had more airflow in my buckets. And so I would have used 2 of those 4 filter pumps, or those 4 outlet pumps, and put 2 in each bucket if I did it again. That flushing the system was really problematic with those buckets. So an integrated system with 1 bucket would have probably been better. And at the end, going in and out of the tent so much, I got some problems with pests at the very end of the series that didn't really cause enough damage, but they were showing up at the end. So I would have used a preventive pest control. And so those 3 lessons that I learned in this series, I'm going to make sure that I correct those in the next series. And now I'm weighing up all of the cannabis that I have. I had it all jarred up. I've separated into the tops, the mids, and then the shake. And of the pineapple kush, or the pineapple chunk, I had 178 grams. And of the OG kush, I had 225 grams. So I added that together, divided by 28 grams. I got 14.4 ounces. Really happy with that yield. At $200 an ounce, that's $2,800, a lot more than I spent on the equipment. The equipment was about $800 if you add everything together, maybe $900 with the nutrients. You can check out all that stuff that we used at our Amazon affiliate store. Look at the idea list that says DWC Hydro Grow, and you can find all of the exact items that we used. And I'm real happy to announce that we're going to deal with some of those problems that we had last time with a new series. We're teaming up with Super Closet, and we've got the equipment there. The new series will be starting soon. Hope you stay tuned to look forward to that with us. I hope you enjoyed this grow series. If you did enjoy growing with us, please check out roughhousestudios.com for hundreds of cannabis culture videos made just for you. Matt from Roughhouse Studios saying, as always, thanks for watching.